Give me your initial impressions of the trailer that you saw. We'll start with Darflex.
It looks terrible, but it looks fun to watch. Wouldn't pay for it, but I'm like, okay. This is like if Jim Carrey like, hey, I'm a huge Sonic fan. I want to do a little Sonic play for my kids.
You know.
Okay.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Yes. Keeping up the Geek Bros podcast, episode 62. I'm your host, Vibe, and with me are my fellow Geek Bros,
Darth Lex.
Joe Taro.
All right, Joe Taro, tell the massing audiences that are watching us on YouTube why your face hasn't popped up yet.
Well, I was on my way. I was on my way to get grub, which is food. And
now I want to make it very clear to the audience that you were aware of our start time, correct?
You know, technically I was, but if you think about it,
We're not.
I wasn't.
Okay.
It was kind of like a 50-50 thing.
Right. Well, that's enough of that. Darflex, before we get started, if you want to give the fine people out there our social media.
All right, you sexy bastards. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S.
Why you okay?
I forgot how to spell it.
I have it in the thing.
I'm looking at it. That's why it's hard.
Oh, okay.
You can if you'd also like to email us any cool stuff, pictures, personal, funny stuff, whatever, intimate. You can check us out at geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com. Also check us out on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. And the first place to find the Geek Bros, readbiggeekspc.com. And if you want to see what these beautiful brown and ginger men look like, you can check us out at youtube.com/VibeRep Studios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS.
Yes. So that's our social media. And before we get started, comments and questions from you, the audience. Now, gentlemen, I sent you guys like a second draft. I got more comments since then, so I realize now I'm not going to be sending the draft anymore until probably Wednesday afternoon because I get more comments and I end up editing this thing. So we're going to go down the list here. So first, it's on our IG account. That's Geek Bros with a 0. For Geeks by Geeks commented on our Endgame Avengers announcement, asking you guys to tell us what you guys thought. They go, LOL, oh, it's exactly what I needed it to be. You can tell they took deliberate care to meet the fans at every level. While it's bittersweet to come to an end of the saga, I feel fulfilled in the end. For Geeks by Geeks, thanks so much for the comment. I think that when we get into it a little bit later, I think the sentiment is shared across the Geek Bros. Of course, we do have our non-spoiler, very very bland review because somebody is not on their game right now, Darflex. So exactly. A comment on Keepin' the Geek Bros podcast, episode 61 video recap, comes from our number one fan, Squeezy Bits. And at 4 minutes, he says, Flex's kombucha is legit. So you made kombucha for Squeezy Bits?
Yeah, I did before. He was actually the one to give me the my first SCOBY, and I've grown everything from that SCOBY he's given me. Oh,
wow.
It's just that I obviously became much better than he's at doing it. So the student has surpassed the master.
Oh. Also, our next comment coming from the Geek Bros Instagram. It comes from Lex_Amadeus. I posted that I'm now listening to Dooku Jedi Lost, and so he comments, finally going to use my Audible trial for this. So he's very excited. We actually are having a conversation about it. He actually likes he likes the prequel era and he likes the prequel book. So I actually recommended him Queen's Shadow and Master and Apprentice. So he's actually got a plenty to actually to look at. So Lex_Amadeus. Amades? Lex_Amades. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate it. Next one also comes from 4 Geeks by Geeks. They actually messaged us when I originally had put up there, have you seen Endgame? We'd like to hear from you. And he goes, God, yes. So that was his initial reaction from Endgame, or there. Another comment that we got from our Star Wars Celebration pre-show, our live recording that we did at Garbanzo's.
I hated that.
You hated it? Why? I liked it. It was fun.
I was exhausted. I wanted to kill myself the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I was dying.
Oh, I didn't know. You hide it really well. It was really fun for me. I think we should consider doing more live podcasts because it'll only make us more comfortable with being.
I agree, but at your place, I'm not driving to Dade County again.
Okay, so you drive to my place and we drive to Dade County. Look,
I'm trying to
I'm trying to meet you guys halfway so we can.
You are the halfway point.
That is true. You're right.
You literally are the halfway point for both of us.
I am. So official Spade with 2 D's told us to keep winning, whatever that means. So that's pretty good. Thanks, official Spade. Also, you guys seem to love to contact us via comments and via message on Instagram. Where's all the Twitter comments, guys? Twitter, Geek Bros with a 0. Also from our Geek Bros Instagram, it was on Keeping the Geek Bros podcast episode something. Which episode was it? Was just me and you at the beginning? Was that 61? 62? 60? I don't know. 60? I don't know. But most recent one. And Sebastian look. Oh, welcome. You know, you're right. It is getting darker, your hair, and I don't feel nearly as ashamed to be in public with you as you are right now. Oh, carry on. God bless you. Anyway, Sebastian Cinematography said, "That's what's up. What do you do?" So Sebastian Cinematography.
Mom.
That's funny. The Geek Bros, we discuss all things geektastic, movies, events, and everything like that. Vibe Studios, which is the studio that produces Geek Bros and all Geek Bros related content, which is what I'm the director of operations of. I do cinematography, video production, audio production, podcasting, web series. I can even do, basic videography services. So I do pretty much everything.
Just say it. You can do everything.
I'm a jack of all trades, pretty much. I'm getting there at least. So thanks for the comment. Oh, also C_2_the_J gave us three round of applause. Dude looks jacked actually in his picture. This is from. Moving on. Squeezy Bits decided to be really proactive and sent us a message on the Geek Bros Instagram messenger. He says, seriously need to give your audience a when you go pee in Endgame tips and hints. Maybe it could also be a double subject, such as boring parts of Endgame. Not that there were a lot, but those were the times. So he sends me a picture of a Foley catheter, the cath secure, the connector, the drainage tube, the drainage collector bag, and how it's all linked up from, I would assume, your private parts to taped to your thigh, and then the bag is by your knee.
That might be a bit too much, don't you think?
And he says, Orflex can give a tutorial on how to use these.
Or you could just be an adult and not just control your bowels and everything, bro. That's the hell.
Oh, okay.
Like, this was in the first 3-hour movie. Lord of the Rings was 3 hours and a half.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was. Well, yeah, I get you. So yesterday, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Jesus, that trailer dropped, and of course I put out there on the Geek Bros. So this just happened. What do you think? And we actually got a response. Lex _ Amadeus, again Amades, excuse me, LEX _ ADAMES. He said, "Well, at least Jim Carrey makes a good Dr. Eggman." It's interesting that he says that. I completely disagree, but we're gonna get into that when we're talking about the trailer. And then last, this is not technically a Geek Bros comment, but I accidentally put this video under the Geek Bros playlist on YouTube, so somebody commented on it. Andrew Bavan says, "What the shiz is this?" Now, what he's referring to is it's called Orion Luxury Airlines ad. Now, the previous host of this podcast actually commissioned me to do a business class project inspired by Qatar Airlines. So basically what I did was, all he wanted me to do was to stitch together a bunch of Qatar Airlines, the luxury airlines videos together, so he can use that as part of his Orion Airlines class project. Well, I took it one step further. So I took out an old template of a jumbo jet. I took his logo and I wrapped it around the jumbo jet, and I wrapped it around the tail, and then I matched the sunset or the sunrise footage, the color of it, to the Qatar Airlines footage. So I wouldn't say it blended seamlessly, but it felt more realistic. And I did that on purpose. Oh, look, friggin' Garbanzo is joining. So that's what he's referring to. It was a mock luxury airlines ad created for his business class, and not to toot my own horn, but what he had told me was that after his group went up, everybody else was scrambling to look for clips, and nobody wanted to go after them because that intro video that I did for his group project for his business class rocked. So there you go. So that is it for all the comments, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for reaching out to us. It's actually becoming a little overwhelming to grab these screenshots and send it over and throw it into the thing and read them all. But keep it coming. I would love you guys to use more of the email, geekbros@yahoo.com, and definitely Twitter. I actually am loving Twitter. So is Jotaro apparently. And respond to our tweets, or start doing polls. I know there were some comments on Facebook, and I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't get to you because unfortunately, I feel like I kind of I kind of neglect the Facebook fan page. It's sad because I know everything posts there anyway, but I will get to you guys next week. I promise. There's one ongoing conversation about the Avengers Endgame apparel that I wanted us to wear while watching the movie, and there's another comment there that I needed to respond to. I promise I'll get you guys. So with that being said, gents, now that we're all here, Gabranzo's in the building, by the way. Tell me about your weekend. We will start with Darflex.
So it was a pretty good weekend. So on Saturday, I was at the UFC fights over at the BB&T Center to watch my guys fight. Got to sit ringside next to Amanda Nunes, double belt champion of the world. No big deal.
No big
we
deal.
Also we also coach her, but whatever.
Yeah, no big deal.
Neither here nor there. The fights were great. Great fights. Spent the whole entire week. Saturday was the last day that I was doing nutrition and cooking for these guys. Running back and forth, bringing them meals, making sure they're taken care of and ready for the fight. And then
I just want to make it clear that this is the reason why you were unable to see Endgame last week, was because you were knee deep in your craft.
Yes, absolutely. That was absolutely it. And then Sunday, just kind of wound down. And then towards the end of the night, after I kind of just got off, saw Game of Thrones, pretty tight episode, went to sleep. That's it.
Yeah, I threw in Game of Thrones in there, the Request of Jotaro. I don't know anything about it, but you guys can talk about it when we get to that point. Gents, if I can trouble you guys real quick, since we're all here, to take a quick snapshot for this thing. And it's funny, I hate doing this on the air because it's dead air, but snapshot, please. Okay, let me get one more. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Dead air, but I gotta get these pictures. I gotta throw this out there. I gotta do all this social media and whatnot. Jotaro, I guess order of appearance. Jotaro, your weekend.
It was pretty quiet. I signed my son up actually to do MMA classes.
Ooh.
So,
was that inspired by Darflex's sensualness with his UFC, or is that just a coincidence?
No, I mean,
I want to hear that Darflex is rubbing off on you, literally and figuratively.
It's funny. No, but
podcast.
His nutrition, I do have the casein protein, by the way. I've been taking that.
Casein.
Like it's a woman.
Casein's a character in Star Wars, but whatever.
Exactly.
And not allegedly.
So yeah, I've been taking that advice, but I signed him up on Saturday. He's gonna try it every Saturday in the morning for now, and he said that he's 9 years old, so I figured, he needs to get into something, and why not get into a healthy, good old MMA fight?
That's good. Yeah, no,
very true.
Even if he doesn't use it, at least he'll be able to defend himself.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's something we all need to do in this crazy world. So why not?
Or you can just buy him a gun, but I mean, whatever.
No, let's not go that far.
Family podcast.
It's more effective than fists.
Allegedly,
yeah, exactly. That's about it, though.
I know that's right. Okay, so what is happening here? Okay, Garbanzo, your weekend.
Actually, weekend was actually pretty cool. Just Sunday fun day was always, with me and the fiance. We went had brunch with Renee. He joined us for a little brunch outing, and then we had our little watch party here at the house with some friends for Game of Thrones, and loved the episode. It was fantastic.
I'd like you to light a fire under Renee's ass and let him know that he's slipping with his participation in Geek Bros, i.e., not making it for the podcast, not submitting videos either on time or at all.
Wings! So
I need you to. Who's eating wings?
It's my favorite.
That's your favorite?
Oh man!
Oh no!
Beer.
So beer, right? So my weekend basically was a lot of still troubleshooting. When I get to that point about the Geek Bros, I have just quite a story to tell you guys. Other than that, it was editing. It was daddy duties. I did have a lot of one-on-one time with my mother, who was down for the long haul, and it's a lot of Jamaican rum cream I'm having. Delicious. And a barbecue, but a lot of Jamaican rum cream. That's it. That's our weekend, gentlemen.
I missed it.
So what's going on with the Geek Bros?
The Geek Bros. We have. Unfortunately, guys, it's my bad. I threw up our episode 61 video recap a little late. It's up now, so that went up. Today, actually, or tonight, a little after this, we'll be dropping our Sonic the Hedgehog trailer reaction. That's myself, Darflex, Garbanzo, and Jotaro. And believe it or not, Jotaro sent me a video under 3 minutes. I was actually shocked. That's how you know he wasn't really impressed.
I really was.
Other than that, I have good news, everybody. I think I'm successfully salvaging our Shazam review and all of Star Wars Celebration. Long story short, I had an epiphany. If anybody knows that, unfortunately, our Geek Bros Instagram did not save the live podcast. Garbanzo's camera did not record all of the podcast, and on Garbanzo's laptop we had an audio issue, so there was no way to actually upload the full video properly or the full audio. But there was the first 15 minutes that we threw up on WeBeGeeksPC.com. Now, how did I get that? Well, I ripped the audio from the video from Garbanzo's camera. When I realized I did that, I figured it out. It was a lot of dragging all the footage into a flash drive. It was putting it on an old laptop with an old codecs. It was going into Roxio Pro. If anybody knows anything about Roxio Pro, that is a prosumer, consumer, very amateur editing software. I was able to then take all the clips, put them together, render them without sound into one gigantic video, and send it back over to my Mac, and then I'm ripping the audio from each one individually. It's going to be a long process to then stitch it all back together again as one video, but I've officially figured out how to salvage Shazam and Star Wars Celebration. That's 4 days worth of footage, gentlemen, that I've figured out. So, with that being said, look forward to the Shazam review with me, with myself and Darflex, and the Geek Bros Star Wars Celebration Chicago 2019 4-day special is back on. You guys have to give me some time though, because you're talking about one by one, rendering this stuff out and ripping the audio. But I shall make this happen. And that's I'm gonna have to disable the chat while we're recording. So that's it for the Geek Bros.
And so what are we gonna talk about today?
Geek Bros. Yes.
Before you say anything else,
before we talk about what's going on today.
I just want to say it's a nice jacket.
Oh, this is my favorite jacket. I want to let you guys know that I'm wearing my favorite Star Wars jacket that I debuted at Star Wars Celebration 2019. I plastered this picture with this on all over social media and dating sites because I think I look so stunning in it. Complete with all I miss. Actually, I have my own. I'm gonna start wearing it. I'm gonna have my own tankard hooked to my side and complete the set because that look is stunning. It is dashing. But thank you, Garbanzo, for the compliment, man. I really, this is my pride and joy right here. All right, ask the question again.
So tell me what we're talking about today.
Today, we've got movies standing out this week. What's new in the gaming world? We have video games out this week. The battle for Azeroth continues. Sonic the Hedgehog official trailer review. We're going to discuss it right here a little bit, and then you're going to see the actual review on YouTube. Super Mario Maker coming to Nintendo Switch. For Inebriated Fitness, we have the Curious Case of Kombucha. Anime and Animation Invasion. It's Love, Death, Robots Part 3, The Witness. Gadgets Are Us. New wireless earphones make AirPods sound like dollar store earbuds. Ooh. For Open Mic, Disney accused of whitewashing its troubled past. Kevin Feige, not pleased by Avengers Endgame Leak. NBC in final talks to step. What am I doing? NBC is finally taking steps to remove The Office from Netflix. I apologize for that.
Why?
Marvel to debut positive body image superheroes in the future. At the request of Joe Taro, a Game of Thrones review. I don't know. I'm going to throw that to them and see what they mean by that. And then, lastly, a non-spoiler, very general review of Avengers Endgame because we have to respect the virgin ears of Darflex. This and more on today's episode of Keeping Up with the Geek Bros. Time for the fresh scent. The fresh scent!
Fresh scent.
Yes. Movie standing out this week, of course, is Avengers Endgame. That is not in dispute. As expected, Avengers Endgame shattered every opening week record in the box office history as Marvel's Epic opened with $1.2 billion worldwide and $350 million domestic, both new records. That is nuts.
That's
right?
insane.
What, that's going?
No, yeah, that too. They are printing money with this now. I mean, What if this is the peak of the Marvel universe, and now it's just gonna go down from here? What if, that's what I'm thinking.
Don't jinx it now.
I'm not jinxing it. I'm being an auteur. So we're gonna move on to what's new in the gaming world. Video games out this week, presented to you by Darflex.
That's a great question.
Yeah, good. See, it gives me time to rest my voice.
Yeah, so I do have it. So let's see. So the week of April 28th to May 5th, we have just a few games coming out. We have April 29th, we have Yuto Ichika Makes Friends. That's
okay. I don't know what that's about. You should send us a link for that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty.
I'm digging that phone case, son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Boba.
Yeah.
Wait, wild guess. Is that game Japanese?
I don't know, but you're going off the name used for racist. Okay.
I just Googled it. Yeah, I just Googled it. It's Australia.
We got April 30th. We have Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age for Nintendo Switch and Xbox One. Why not PS4?
Because they're boycotting the PS4 because of what happened.
Don't know what happened. Okay. All right. We got Fade to Silence, PS4, Xbox One, PC. May 1st. Sorry, my girlfriend gave me cupcakes.
Aww.
All right, so we have May 1st, Public Alpha 13, Combat Evolved for.
Your eyes lit up. I'm sorry, your eyes just lit up. All I saw was. That's it. It's so funny. You guys have to watch the video recaps. They're hilarious.
Then we have VA11 Hall A Cyberpunk Bartender Action. That's May 2nd for Nintendo Switch. And then we finish out that same day with Close to the Sun for the PC. And that is it for this exact week.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to the Battle of Azeroth, presented to you by Darflex as it continues. Darflex, by all means.
So it seems that I was not wrong last time, but I didn't give out more information. So another one of the races you can that's hot. Another one of the races you can pick, the allied races, are high mountain Taurens. So you can get these little super gangster Tauren with like super awesome moose antlers. I've actually spent a good amount of these past couple of days not doing any quests, but exploring the map of Azeroth ever since the Cataclysm and since actually Lordaeron fell to the Alliance. Spoiler alert, but not really, because that's in the trailer. It's pretty interesting how a lot of things are changing. A lot of the starting zones for the races they're changing as well. So I really like where this is going because it seems like the story is actually developing, and there are consequences for the actions that's happening in the narrative of the story. So that's great. Versus before, it was just go kill people and they respawn and they're there again. When you do like world quests, as long as you do the quest, anything after that will reflect what has happened. So, for example, if you're starting at level 1, you'll see, for example, Vol'jin will be there. He was the previous war chief of the Horde, but if you played past Legion, Vol'jin is dead. You no longer see Vol'jin; you see Sylvanas Runner. So I am really liking the way this game is going. Which is now with the Battle of Azeroth, it's coming back to the old Alliance and Horde feud, which is interesting because now that the Burning Legion and Sargeras are pretty much for the very, very far future out of the picture, I'm going to wonder what's going to happen as far as the story of Warcraft, because there always has to be some kind of major evil, and normally that evil is overcome by the Horde and Alliance coming together. So I wonder what the next thing is going to be. Maybe it'll be the old gods. The old gods will make a big comeback. That'll be pretty great. Or maybe the Void Lords will come out of the Void or the Twisted Nether and start messing shit up. So
now, is this all canon to the games, or is this its own thing?
Canon.
Or
this is all canon. The books, the games, everything.
No, what I'm saying, the books and the games, but because I never understood between the real-time strategy, the RTS games, and the World of Warcraft, I never understood exactly where this fits.
Okay, so World of Warcraft picks up right after the expansion of Warcraft 3, the RTS game. Right after you beat the Frozen Throne, there's an expansion where you play a character called Rexxar, and you help the founding of Durotar and Orgrimmar, which ultimately becomes the starting zone and the main capital for the Horde. And that's where World of Warcraft picks up.
Okay. I thought the impression that I got, I guess, and I played it for a little bit, but I guess I'm oblivious. I thought it was retelling of the whole thing, just adding all the other races in there, and that was because they've apparently been there forever. I thought it was what's the word I want to say? Recanting all the RTS games. You're fanning your mouth with because of hot cupcakes. What is that? Cornbread?
Carrot bread. Now, I do gotta say that though, if you do enjoy the RTS games, the Reforged edition of Warcraft 3 is going to be awesome, and they've added a lot more footage and a lot more gameplay to it, and a bit more of the stories. And from what I've seen so far, it looks amazing.
I'm a StarCraft guy.
We did talk about this before, actually.
Yes, we did. I did say
it does look great.
I'm kind of glad the Burning Legion is not in picture no more. I did not like that story, that whole arc. I'm sorry, I just wasn't.
Which one? From the Burning Crusade or Legion, the previous expansion?
Legion, the previous expansion.
Yeah, it was kind of sad because they killed King Varian, man, and they killed Vol'jin.
Yeah, I was not a big fan.
And then they put that cunt Sylvanas as the war chief.
I actually like.
She's hot, but you know what? It fits the story because she's gonna be the downfall of the very, very fragile peace that there even ever was between the Horde and the Alliance, which is already pretty much broken because they're at war.
Right.
But they always come back to it. But it seems like she's probably going to end up becoming a world boss and overall boss for both the Horde and the Alliance, and that's why they come together. That's my prediction. The Horde and the Alliance are going to have to come together to kill Sylvanas because she's probably going to take the Valkyr and find a way to be immortal and mess up Azeroth.
Listening to all this, my eyes glazed over. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But thanks as the battle for Azeroth continues. If you would like to know more, or you'd like to play with Darflex, email us. That's geekbros@yahoo.com. And you can create a clan with him and whatnot.
We have one already. We have a lot of money if you guys want to join. I mean,
fantastic. It's the Keepin the Geek Bros clan. No, it's not. I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
It has 3 Ks in it.
Okay, well, family podcast and all.
It's guilds. It's not clans. It's guilds.
Listen, guilds. I don't care what it is. It's a group. It's a group of.
It matters, vibe. It matters.
It is called Harbingers of Darkness, and we are on the Burning Blade server.
That's what's up. None of that made any sense to me. We're gonna move on now to Sonic the Hedgehog trailer review. I'm gonna play a little clip.
Oh God.
Gotta go fast. 20 minutes ago, an energy surge knocked
I feel like
across the entire
I do like this.
West. This needs someone who can figure out exactly what we're dealing with.
You're not suggesting who I think you're suggesting.
We have no choice. What the?
Are you in charge here?
Oh, God.
Yes, I am.
No!
I'm
Wrong. I'm in charge.
Allow me to clarify. In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on level of critical importance, the disparity between us is too vast to quantify. Agent Stone?
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Listen, pal, I don't know if you realize
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benny.
Nobody cares.
Fantastic. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. God. So we did already do our you guys already submitted your initial reaction, so not to spoil too much of that, which will be coming out tonight, earliest tomorrow, depending upon how long it takes for me to upload. I guess give me your initial impressions of the trailer that you saw. We'll start with Darflex.
It looks terrible, but it looks fun to watch. Wouldn't pay for it, but I'm like, okay. This is like if Jim Carrey, like, hey, I'm a huge Sonic fan. I want to do a little Sonic play for my kids. Okay.
You guys have to watch the movie. Here you go. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna describe.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't usually see Darflex's eyes light up like that unless it has something to do with alcohol, and even then, not even that much.
All right. Well, the movie, I am gonna watch it. I'm probably not gonna watch it in theaters unless we decide to do it at the GEEK BROS thing, but only purely for our fans, not because I want to.
No, of course, it's that's the reason why you watch Captain Marvel. So and listen, all I can say is if there's any movie you don't want to see, I'm gonna throw in your face. You watch Captain Marvel. So that's gonna be the benchmark of the lowest for you. Joe Taro, your reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie?
I do not like how he looks at all.
Yes, he the stuff with nightmares.
No, he does. And you know what's funny is that they use the same like CGI effect or like same characteristics as they did with the Pokemon movie, with Ryan Reynolds playing Pikachu. But
that looks much better.
For some reason, I much rather watch the Pokemon movie rather than this.
Of course.
To me, it's like Sonic does look like a horror. Like it shouldn't be a kid's movie. Like I mean, from the way he looks, it's kind of like a little scary, almost. And I'm not on board with. I mentioned this in the single review that I was doing for the movie. I don't like the way that they didn't add Dr. Robotnik with him being at least a little bit fat, because he's known to be.
Portly. Yeah, he's
a
portly.
Well, maybe he becomes fat.
If this is if this is like the origin story of Sonic, yeah, then okay, fine. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, was there even an origin story where Dr. Robotnik was skinny?
I don't know the canon of Sonic, but I'm pretty
He's
sure.
Sonic's father.
Yeah, he is. What? He's not.
He's not though.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, right? Garbanzo, your reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
Okay, so I do believe it's going to be they talk about everything has a genesis, so I'm assuming there's going to be an origin story.
That is just a play on words for the sake of Genesis, because that's where he came from.
Also, could be origin. Could be origin.
I mean it is a pun, but I'm saying I am pretty sure they said Genesis.
Oh no, yeah, I'm sure. Dude.
On purpose, because he's known for being on the Sega Genesis. Of course, that's what it was called here in the States, the Mega Drive, everywhere else. I love the Drive, by the way.
So the whole thing is, I mean, I may go watch it, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. Part of me, the nostalgia, the kid who played Sonic, played all the different Sonic games up to even like the horrible one that he turns into a werewolf.
Ooh, man.
I would love to be able to to go to the movie theater and actually see it. I don't like the way Sonic looks. It doesn't look like Sonic. It looks like they made him too human.
Yes,
they humanized him too much.
And actually, from an old article that was actually their purpose. They did that on purpose to make him a little more human looking, to be less, so he would fit more in the world. I don't know why he wouldn't fit in the world, but I mean,
Exactly.
Exactly. My opinion. I saw it at the day job, and you guys will see the screenshot of the our trailer reaction, and that's literally how I looked for the entire time. My hand was over my mouth like this. And like I was speechless. I was stunned. It was stunned silence about how really bad this looks, because I'm going to say it right here. It looks like a fan parody. It looks like a parody movie. It looks like somebody did really well. Put some real good time and effort. Put a couple $1,000 in it. It's making a really good parody movie. But this is from Paramount. This is legit. This has real actors in it. And then when I think they're going to what's his name?
Cyclops?
In
Tails?
Superman. They're gonna Lex Luthor. They're gonna Batman vs Superman, Lex Luthor, Dr. Robotnik, because there's nothing about Jim Carrey's performance that screams Robotnik. That's not menacing. That's not. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when I think of Dr. Robotnik, even forget the way he looks, whatever. But he's supposed to be menacing and conniving, kind of a coward, not overbearing, obnoxious, and ridiculous. I mean, he was doing a mock robot thing or whatever, and I mean, he used the line that I used to use on our former co-host. Nobody cares. I used to do it all the time. That was an insight. That like I'm looking like, why? Why?
I still think it's just gonna be. It's gonna go into something else. I think they're just, I'm telling you,
That's not their best foot forward. I'm just saying this right now. If
I don't know, Jim Carrey's my saving. He's my saving grace.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. But no, that's not Dr. Robotnik. Hashtag not my Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah,
hashtag not my Eggman. It's not even close.
I just don't want people to get misconstrued about the fact that we are talking about the legendary Jim Carrey, but I don't think this role was for him.
No, I think that the role was made exactly what they wanted him to be, batshit crazy and act, kind of, with tics and everything like that. I'm telling you, they wanted their own version of Lex Luthor, just a little bit more Riddler-ish in this Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I don't know. But am I gonna go see it? Yes. Why? Because this is our pastime and this is part of our nostalgia and geeky stuff, et cetera, and so forth. But as of right now, it's not the best foot forward. I'm not interested in it. If you guys have a different opinion, by all means, email us, geekbros with a 0, or comments on anything. I'll just do a screenshot, and I'll read your stuff on air, and we'll have a dialogue.
Absolutely.
I just want to say a quick thing for our fans. Just a quick correction. Out of all the Geek Bros, I am the only one who was actually a kid of age when this game came out. You guys were too old.
Which game?
All the Sonic games.
Negative. No. I got the very first thing I got.
You guys were at least in high school.
No. Negative.
No, dude.
Are you crazy?
The Sega Genesis came out when the Super Nintendo came out.
Yeah,
and I was a preteen.
I'm fucking with you guys. I'm just calling you guys because I'm.
I was in elementary school when I got the Genesis.
Don't be a diva. No, you weren't. You were at least in middle school.
Negative.
You're probably in your fucking second turn in the 8th grade after being held back.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. But I'm with you guys because I'm significantly younger than you guys.
You are not significantly younger than us.
You're like 5 years older than me, bro.
I am not 5 years older than you. I turned 30 in June.
You do not turn 30.
Last June.
June, like 3 years ago.
Is a liar.
Listen, Flex. When you turn 30, I'm going to make sure that whatever we do for you is going to invoke walkers and push-up bras and everything I can think of for you. Trust me.
If you can get me a wheelchair, I'll be the happiest man on the world.
Can I get you some socks?
I like socks.
Some socks.
Yes, that's what every grown man's supposed to get at a certain age.
Is socks?
Obviously, Jason's got a
Joe Taro.
And a Speedo.
Joe Taro, who hurt you?
Oh, many people. Many people.
Okay. No, but him specifically. Who was he? All right, we're going to move on now to speaker 2 coming to Nintendo Switch. Now, I of course, I never put it out there, but I was asked about why Nintendo Life left as part of a segment, and I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. I just never liked Nintendo Life. I didn't really enjoy. What do you? Is it okay? Okay. Nintendo was never my thing. Even though I love me the Switch. So if you guys really want Nintendo Life segment to come back, you have to demand it. You have to demand it, and you've got to convince one of the, exactly. And you got to convince these Geek Bros here to handle that. Meaning they'll look up Nintendo news.
I'm not gonna do it,
and they will host it because I do enough. And Nintendo, I love Nintendo, but I don't love it enough to give it its own segment. So that being said, Super Mario Maker coming to Nintendo Switch June 28th. Super Mario Maker is coming exclusively to Nintendo Switch. Described as a fully fledged sequel to the original Super Mario Maker for the Wii U, Super Mario Maker 2 will let users create their own courses using a new set of tools and items. The sequel will also get you to make slopes in your courses, which I think kind of like, if it means slopes, I'm thinking Sonic the Hedgehog. Something that wasn't possible in the last game. Nintendo first showed off a few new items and customization options when Nintendo Super Mario Maker 2 was first announced in February, including Mario's Lucky Bell power-up that outfits him with a cat suit, that's going to be funny, and allows him to climb walls. So, gentlemen, any of you, A, care, and 2, ever played the original one?
No to both.
No to both. Is that the same for you, Garbanzo?
No.
Taro, you had a childhood. What about you?
I have played the first, yeah.
I actually owned the first one, but I never played it.
I mean, there was Mario Kart. Okay, so the first time was like was at the family, the cousin's house, and we were doing a lot of I used to play GoldenEye.
Yes.
And you play it once, and it was just crazy. And that's the same way that I
think. What are you talking about?
Are you talking about Mario Kart?
No, I'm. Jotaro, where's your outline?
Right over here, actually.
and I'd like to. We're still in what's new in the video game world. Where do you see Mario Kart?
Oh my God! Yeah, I got excited. I thought you said Mario Kart.
Furthermore, I said Super Mario Maker 2 for like 4 or 5 times, and I actually read part of the article.
I got it. It's right there.
Were you listening?
I got it.
Were you listening to anything I just read?
I actually was, but then I thought I heard you say Mario Kart, and I got excited.
Right. Moving on. We're gonna move on to. I'm not sending you guys outlines anymore. There's no point. I'm gonna do it for myself, and you guys.
I read them.
I read them. We're gonna move on to Inebriated Fitness. Brought to you by Darflex. Darflex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He's a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach and a CISSN sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. And he cooks for them. Darflex, thank you for being here. We're discussing the Curious Case of Kombucha. Now, from what I found, it's rich in probiotics, healthy gut bacteria associated with heart health. It lowers rates of anxiety and depression, fewer yeast infections, weight management, boosts immunity, and you guessed it, improves your digestive health. Can you elaborate, Darflex?
The only bullshit here is probably your heart health, lower rates of
anxiety.
I mean, it has caffeine. It's probably not the kombucha; it's the caffeine doing that.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I want to be very clear that our exercise physiologist, our sports science specialist, our conditioning coach, our sports nutritionist, and our weight cut specialist is at his 3rd or 4th mini cupcake on air.
I just want to be clarified. This is raw organic sugar, real carrots, nothing is processed, made at home.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's
still not healthy.
No.
It's
healthy. It's just not like if you're trying to lose weight, it's not good for you.
Weight cut specialist.
Kombucha has caffeine, so that's probably why it'll make you feel less depressed, but the kombucha itself doesn't help depression.
And I thought anxiety isn't anxiety like you're anxious, you're bumping around, so wouldn't caffeine exacerbate that?
Not really, unless you already have a pre-existing like condition.
Yeah.
Caffeine has more focusing factor than anything.
What is in kombucha?
Normally, it's a highly caffeinated tea like black tea, green tea, or oolong tea. Then you have a SCOBY, which is people call it a mushroom, but it's not a mushroom. SCOBY stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. So it's just a culture of good bacteria.
And yeast.
And yeast, yes. So it's a black tea. It's sugar, but the sugar content is actually very low because the sugar is purely to feed the bacteria during the fermentation process. So most of the sugar content is gone. And by itself, that would be raw kombucha. You can go through a second fermentation process, which you would ferment it. By then, you would add a secondary sugar, which is normally a fruit pulp or honey to give it, to make it taste good. That's pretty much it. The health benefits come from the caffeine. I guess depending on what tea you use, there's a couple of other things in there, and the good bacteria, which helps your gut health, specifically towards the end of your small intestine.
Why do you recommend?
The prostate.
Why do you recommend kombucha, and then how would you recommend somebody implement that into their diet or their weight loss goals, or even just regular, dietary needs?
Let me start for the regular person.
Okay.
So kombucha is a fermented drink, so it's naturally effervescent, so it's carbonated like beer. The brewing process is very similar to beer, just a fraction of the time. So if you want to cut off soda or cut off beer or back down on it, it actually feels like beer. Like it helps me because it feels like beer. So it kind of instead of drinking beer, I have kombucha.
When you say it feels like beer, it means it gives you the same inebriated feeling, or what do you mean?
I think it's going with the mouthfeel.
It can. The mouth feeling, but it can give you the inebriated feeling just because the fermentation process does create alcohol through the Krebs cycle. But it's not a very high amount, though you can, if you add one yeast, you can make kombucha as 5% alcohol, which is pretty much a beer.
Mm-hmm. How would carry on?
Yeah. It tastes great. You can flavor it pretty much with any flavor you want, naturally. The sugar content is very low, but it is still sweet tasting. If you make it, it's incredibly cheap to make. You'll save money rather than buying stuff at the store.
Yeah, because they're pretty expensive if you buy them flat out.
Dude, I did the math. The amount of kombucha I make, per batch, I'd be spending $60, $80. It costs me $1 each gallon to make. That's nothing.
That is nothing. It's good.
Now, if you're looking at it as a performance standpoint, like for an athlete or someone who's trying to achieve some kind of physical fitness goal, it does help with recovery. It helps with your immune system. If you make ginger kombucha, which is my favorite flavor, it does help inflammation because it is an anti-inflammatory ginger itself. You can also add turmeric, cloves, and
have you ever had ginger kombucha with proper 12? That sounds delicious.
No, but it does.
That sounds delicious. We need to try that. The next inebriated review, the next inebriated movie review, we need to try some kombucha, ginger kombucha with some proper 12. Yeah. I believe that's gonna be delicious. I mean, listen, you love the the little Skittles we threw in it, so let's go for it.
You put Skittles in proper 12?
Listen, we were having a great time when you and Garbanzo decided to be little bitches and leave. So we're drinking, and that's what actually inspired. That's what inspired us to actually do the first inebriated review. Was we were drinking a whole bunch of proper 12, and I had Skittles, and I threw a bunch of Skittles in mine. It tasted fantastic, so I took a handful and I threw it in his.
You guys had all the fun once we left because you knew that we were leaving. That's what it was.
Maybe we were just sad.
Yeah, I think we were drinking really heavily. I won't even lie. We drank really heavily when you guys left. Way worse than when you guys were there. So.
Oh God.
Yep, we drank really heavily. Good times.
No, the next day it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna help clear up your stomach too. Actually, just this weekend, in the last couple of meals for Andre Arlovsky, heavyweight, he didn't really have to cut any weight, but I wanted to feel light and good. I actually implemented 24 ounces of the kombucha with an early meal and an end meal, or at least some kimchi of the probiotic, just to help him out and feel good for his fight.
Oh.
So I mean, yeah.
Now, does kombucha promote any additional bowel movements?
So let's see. Initially, yes, if you have had a shitty diet, but it's not gonna like give you the runs or make you go to the bathroom. But if you've been eating crap or you're just having a good lifestyle, it's gonna start to clean you up because that bad bacteria that you're probably infested with is not reacting good to it.
Excellent. Final thoughts on kombucha, Darflex.
It's delicious. It's good for you. I would recommend making it yourself. And if you like dirty hippie girls, they love kombucha. So
fantastic. Thank you, sir. If you want more fitness and nutrition tips, or you just want to enjoy the sweet UFC life, hit him up on Instagram. That's Darthflex, DARTH_FLEXX. And we're going to move on to anime/animation invasion, Love, Death, Robots, Part 3, The Witness. After seeing a murder, a woman flees from the killer through the streets of a surreal city. Gentlemen, I rewatched it again. I always rewatch this episode literally before we go. We're gonna do the good, the bad, the ugly. Don't feel pressured to answer anything. If it's not there, it's not there. Dark Flex, we're gonna start with you. The Witness.
The good, I would say, is the plot twist. The plot twist, which I kind of saw in the beginning.
Believe it or not, if you actually paid attention to the opening sequence, there is a when they have that little like slot machine thing and it rolls between different logos. The very left, it's actually a circle. It's a what is it called? A snake eating its own tail. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, they kind of gave us like a little hint right there.
That's actually Loki's symbol, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So carry on. Sorry, the good.
Yeah, that's the good. It was the plot twist. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but even though I saw it coming, it was still pretty good. I got like, oh.
It's funny. I didn't see it coming at all. Why did you see that coming? How did you see that coming?
Because in like the premonition that she had, you clearly see her getting killed.
Right, right. I just thought maybe that was like a sister or a twin. Literally, I never crossed my mind that there was.
I thought so too, but then I was like, I'm not a racist bigot like vibe, so I'm not going to think that all Asians look alike.
Good point. Jotaro, the non-stallion. What was the good? The Witness.
I actually did not. I think the best part about it was like the scene when they were dancing when she was actually doing, I guess, her day job.
Of course.
When she was stripping. I mean, you can say it
with that hairy chotch.
No, what's funny to me is she was. I mean, is it okay if I say a couple of spoilers? I mean, it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. It's been out there for a while.
Yeah, I figured that. All right, so when the dude was chasing her and and she ran into her daytime job, whatever. It's funny how like he had the opportunity to just get up and leave. Mm-hmm. But as you notice, he just sat there and like enjoyed the show.
He was getting into. No, he wasn't even enjoying the show. He was enjoying the two S&M chicks that were or alleged chicks. Because you saw he was enthralled in pleasure until he locked eyes with the dancer, and he's like, oh crap, and that's why he got up.
Yeah, so, but I mean, as somebody who's actually trying to, I guess, cover up a murder.
Oh, as somebody who's so you've been to one of those before, right? So you identify with them.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for this, but I've had to go ahead and be in a position like that, and I chase a woman down. Oops. So yeah.
No, I wasn't talking about chasing a woman down. I meant being in an S&M strip club. That's what I thought you were identifying with.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
I have a follow-up question. I'm gonna go.
It really is.
Family podcast. Garbanzo, the good.
Actually, the plot twist was the big thing for me. That was the best part of it for me.
Can we? I mean, we're talking about it very, very vague. What is the plot twist, Garbanzo?
The plot twist is actually that the murder that she witnesses is her getting murdered.
Right.
But so you think that she's gonna get killed again?
Right.
But it's the exact opposite.
Right. So the plot twist is
it's almost like they're both chasing each other constantly.
Basically, the plot twist is that they're kind of stuck in a time loop where one kills the other one and the other one gets seen by the very person they killed, and then it starts all over again. So it's a time loop where they're both killing each other back and forth. That's at least that's the impression they're giving. Yeah. Which sounds like hell to me. By.
No, yeah, I think that's actually one of the.
Because every time they start over again, Because everything starts over again. The person that gets killed, whose their loop starts, they don't remember anything. So it's kind of weird. All right, the bad, Darflex.
The bad.
Again, no pressure. If there's nothing
No,
there.
no, yeah. I'm trying to think.
Forget that. I didn't say the good for me. My bad. The good for
Oh.
me. Vibe. Yes. How you guys doing? You know. The good for me was I agree. There was the plot twist, the time loop thing. I love that. I didn't see that coming, and that was fantastic. But what was really the good for me was the freaking animation. The animation was spot on. I watched it again. The first time I watched it on my TV, this time I watched it on my phone, and even on my phone, I was like, "Wow, this looks really good." It's almost photorealistic kind of animation. Like they really.
Animation is really good.
Yeah, they put some, you know. I even got semi aroused while watching the what do you call it scenes because that's how photorealistic it was. I'm not sure.
It's that easy for you, right? I'm sure you did.
Listen, I want to say something. I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, the animation was fantastic. It definitely another one of those hard R's, if not MA type episodes, but. It was great. It was fantastic when it came to just animation. Animation first, plot to second. Darflex, the bad.
I don't have a bad.
Of course.
I don't.
Jotaro.
I don't particularly have a bad when it comes to watching this episode. Like I said, I'm gonna point this out again, like I did before, and I may be somewhat of a perv, but the SMS scene was fantastic.
Isn't SMS like a text message?
Yeah, it's an
Is
SMS.
it?
Yeah, I think it means S and M.
Standard messaging service.
You said SMS before.
No, I did not actually. I didn't even. I said S&M. That's what I said. But so I mean, it's okay. I mean, just put your your ball gag back in your mouth, and you can just sit there.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't have a bad when it came to this.
I see it right behind you on your couch. You can put it on, your mouth if you want to. If you want to go, if you feel more comfortable talking about this.
Here, okay, yeah. Later for you, I'll do it later. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
No, we're not about that life. No, but anyway, if you have no bad, we're gonna move on to Garbanzo.
No, I didn't have a bad. I thought
fantastic, Garbanzo.
I think the bad that I would like to add to this was that I would have been okay with another minute or two on the in the nightclub.
Yeah.
You say? Exactly. Because it was real. It was really. It looked really.
Jotaro, calm down.
It's just a TV show, bro.
Bring it down.
I get it.
You have a real woman.
It was real. The bad for me was the second time around that I watched it, I actually ended up saying kind of out loud, "Where is everybody?" kind of thing. You have a naked girl running through the streets. You have a guy full of blood running through the streets. Nobody's around at all. Like, where is everybody? But then when I came to the conclusion that this has got to be some kind of weird purgatory or hell, it makes sense. But that was kind of bad for me. Is that what took me out of it? I was realizing, all these big, and these are massive skyscrapers with a whole bunch of people living in there. Where is everybody? She's screaming, "Help me!" She's trying to get in. And also another part for the bad for me, but of course I chalk it up to this has to be hell or some kind of destiny or fate kind of thing, is also in a big city. How the hell did he keep finding her and keep running into her? It's like he knew.
Because he picks her up.
Huh?
She's also a prostitute, and that's the John that she gets.
Well, it was also the scene where
she was in
the camp. I remember where
Wow, you're breaking up. Sorry, I don't hear.
He's talking about his penis size.
Say that again? Yeah, he goes. He said this, and he went like that. So no, what were you saying?
I said there were at one point in the show we were both in a cab.
Yes, yeah, she was in a cab.
Right, and I remember the camera panned to the side of her face, and all of a sudden you see the dude's face.
Right, also in another cab following.
I understand what you're saying because there were 3 cars on the road.
Exactly.
There is everybody.
So where is everybody, and how does he know that's where she's going? How does he happen to be right there where her boss's office was? All that stuff, like it kind of bugged me. But again, when I came to the realization at the end that this has got to be some weird purgatory hell kind of situation, that they were always going to be drawn to each other, I kind of let it go. But that was the bad for me initially. Garbanzo, did we? Oh no, we didn't. Any ugly for anybody?
No.
Yes.
Yes. The bush.
The girl. No, I don't mind that. Like,
okay.
Asians. The girl though, she probably could have been better looking.
I thought she was attractive. I was attracted to her.
Yeah, but you have like a sick Asian fetish.
It is not a sick Asian fetish. It is an Asian preference. Yes.
I absolutely think that if you could still order Asian women online, like to be mailed into America, you definitely would.
Listen, we'll talk about that off air. Joe Taro, the ugly.
I didn't have any ugly at all.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no ugly for me either.
And I agreed, no ugly. It was a very, very well made thing. I enjoyed it. And besides the little things that I was nitpicking, in the end, I was able to explain it off myself with my own internal canon. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Love, Death, Robots, Part 3, The Witness. If you watched it, you want to give us your 2 cents, email us, GeekBros with a 0. Let us know, or comment below on any of the things that we show up on. And we'd love to read your comments on the next episode. Now, Gadgets Are Us. New wireless earphones make AirPods sound like dollar store earbuds. Now, I only brought this up because I know a bunch of you who have this. I find it to be the most, how do I say this? Impractical thing that I've ever seen, when it comes to cell phones, because again, I don't see how anybody can you can lose these things. I've seen my offspring almost lose his earbud plenty of times after you swore no, it never falls out. So
mine doesn't really fall out. I mean, unless I knock it out, but
I don't know. I'm just saying that they literally suspend it in your ear, and if you wiggle your ear, I mean, your ear, you twitch or anything, they fall out. You don't notice. You do notice, and that's it. They go down the drain or in some kind of toilet. I just find it very impractical. But I love that you guys love them. So these premium true wireless earphones make AirPods sound like dollar store buds. Apple's first generation and second generation AirPods are great. They offer seamless integration with the iOS device, and they sound pretty impressive too. Though most of the base leaks out since they don't have any silicone tips. If you have them and you love them, they certainly are fine. But if you're thinking about buying a pair and primarily concerned about sound quality as opposed to image, there's an alternative that makes AirPods sound like cheap dollar store blah, 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 blah. They are the Master and Dynamic MW07 true wireless earphones with best-in-class Bluetooth 4.2 connectivity and 10mm beryllium drives for unmatched sound in a wireless earbud. Matte black. This is actually on Amazon. They cost $229.98.
They're actually a little bit more expensive now. Actually, since the article came out, it's actually gone to $300.
$300. My Master and Dynamic.
You're just paying a bunch of money to go deaf faster, man.
Well, then you might as well go deaf the way you want to. You go out the way you want to go out. No.
No, man. Like.
Fantastic. The Master and Dynamic MW07 true wireless headphones offer a fantastic design. I love that word, fantastic. Incredible sound quality, thanks in part to a 10mm beryllium drives and a wonderful fit that looks incredible. They also come with a very cool aluminum charger case, and they are stocked right now on Amazon. Amazon sent us free stuff. Master and Dynamic sent us free stuff. But it sounds great. You can get a $70 discount, but that was when this was put up. You said now that you looked up online, now they're $300 now.
Yeah, $293 right now on Amazon.
Oh, $293. Well, there's a $70. It's actually half dozen. Oh, they were on sale at the time. That's why. Well, so yeah, if you guys actually pick those up, they look cool. I guess I see the picture in the article. I will never get random wireless earbuds because again I don't trust my earlobes or my earbuds or eardrums or whatever it's called. But small. Who has your mama? So Garbanzo, you said you have those, right?
I have the earbuds. Yeah.
Why did you choose the earbuds as opposed to just like maybe the wireless ones that hang around your neck you can just plug into your ear?
Actually, it was a gift given to me, but it's something that I was looking to buy for a while, right. And just because the wired ones from Apple, I actually like the way they feel in my ear. They're very ergonomic, and they're very, very comfortable, and I almost forget that they're there. So when I saw the AirPods were actually same design, I was like, all right, cool. I'll definitely check them out. I tried them on one time, and I love the way they felt, and they don't fall out for me. They're very nice and snug. I get great sound.
Oh, perfect. Well,
I
this
have a pair
article.
too, and they're not bad.
Oh, you use it? I never seen you with them.
I told you I use it at the gun range to ignore all safety that I should be watching.
Fantastic.
But I mean, honestly, like they're only impractical if you work out, and like a majority of America and our listeners, we don't work out, so they're not impractical.
I guess I don't know, man. I the earbuds.
No, for working out, you got to use the Beats ones. That's the ones that I got. I got.
Those are actually the worst because it says it's sweat-proof, but they're not. The software you sweat will actually eat away at the polymer that they use for the coating, and they'll get ruined immediately.
Okay,
if you actually work out.
So my question to you is, what would be great ones for working out then?
Just get a wireless speaker.
What if you can't do? What if you?
Well,
can't
I mean, using a wireless speaker, isn't that being inconsiderate to your fellow gym mates?
Absolutely not. If you become a fucking alpha gorilla beast lobster monster, nobody's gonna tell you shit, and you can do whatever you want at the gym.
I identify as an attack helicopter.
But
yeah,
honestly, studies show that listening to music isn't that good when you're exercising. Or not
Really?
actually training. If you're working out just to burn calories or whatever. If you're like training now.
Oh, because you need to focus on that. Okay, we should bring that up on the next Inebriated Fitness. Anyway, this article came from yahoo.com's slash gadgets, I don't know, entertainment, something like that. So check that out. We're going to move on now to Open Mic.
Open Mic.
Thank you. I was wondering if you're going to have me doing this on my own. Wait till I start getting our sound bites. I actually have them. The voiceover guy has actually recorded all of these bites for me. All I have to do is put it together with some sound effects. But of course, it's not like I don't have anything else to do. So first one, Disney accused of whitewashing its troubled past. This article comes from yahoo.com/entertainment. Disney promises to Disney Plus promises to be the hub of iconic brands past and present on demand. But not all of these. What happened?
Of course, a white woman wrote this.
How do you feel?
I'm not.
Brian?
I'm not even gonna read this.
Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. But all the oldies are not going to be streamed. The 1946 Song of the South will not be offered, and on the $7 a month service. And the Jim Crow scene in 1941's Dumbo will be edited out. Says the Hollywood Reporter confirms. That's because both have been deemed racist. Now, Song of the South is a portrayal of an African American working in a plantation and serving their white masters in a doo-wop singing. And the doo-wop singing crows, one of which was actually named Jim Crow, is reference to a racist law that allowed segregation. So that's Walt Disney's Song of the South. Actually, isn't the character in Song of the South Uncle Tom?
Yes, actually it is.
Yes,
also,
that's where that phrase came from.
If that's the case, why don't they just remove Splash Mountain from Magic Kingdom? That is probably the most racist cartoon in the world.
Splash
Mountain? Yeah.
Well, that's where the Song of the South is actually from. It's actually Splash Mountain is actually from Song of the South. But the whole thing is this: like, look,
Brer Rabbit is supposed to be a tar baby, a little black baby.
Oh wow.
That's where the term tar baby came from. So they need to stop being pussies, and this white chick needs to stop claiming white guilt and stop trying to gobble black. I'm sorry, actually, let me just stop there. But it's such a stupid article, man.
I agree that it might have been in poor taste now, but the fact is that this is part of the history. And
it's history, exactly.
Well, the whole thing is that, but at the same time, not to interrupt, and Northflex, just to clarify. This person that wrote it is actually saying that there's no reason to take them out. She's not for taking them out. She's saying that they're just whitewashing it. It's just like they're just trying to paint over their old the past as if it didn't happen. And that's not what people are saying.
So she's not advocating. She's actually reporting on the fact that this is happening.
And there's a lot of people, including myself, that there's no. I mean, I get it. I understand it because some people are too hypersensitive and they can't witness things that were back in 1942 were normal.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's this world is terrible. It's like the whole cultural appropriation.
But that goes back to what we've been saying from. Oh my God, that goes back to what we were saying. Sorry, I got a message on Bumble and oh my God, what just Jotaro, you would like what I just got.
Never mind. I probably know what it is.
So Mm-hmm.
It's probably as black as your jacket, huh?
Oh no. She's
Show a
pretty.
pic.
Hold on. I can't.
Show.
It's not gonna come up.
Just show
What
some
she
skin,
said.
like show
Huh?
the blur, just to see what tone she is.
Let me see. No, here. This. I don't know. Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh. Hold on. That's a man.
That's not a man.
That's a man.
Not a man.
That's a man, dude.
Not a man.
Yo, she's at least 2 feet taller than you are, bro. That's a man.
No, she is. She's 5'10". So anyway,
I would not like that. No.
yes, you would. You lying son of a. You want to show off because Darth Flex is here because he's your new bestie. You piece of shit. So
yeah, we speak every day. How's that?
Drew?
No.
You could have never met. Anyway, so okay, this is my fucking friend. Anyway, so but yeah, what was I gonna do? Where were we? Yes. So what I was saying is, does this mean that sorry for the tangent, ladies and gentlemen, but does this mean that is just another example of us just being far too sensitive and far too PC? That is gonna, stuff like this.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, let's remove a huge part of pre-colonial American history because black slavery offends me.
Well, they say
I'm
that
okay with Irish slavery, and I'm okay with North slavery, and I'm okay with Russian slavery, but I'm not okay with black slavery.
And the
So
Holocaust, right.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole thing is
Allegedly.
it could be taking it out doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
It happened. It's like for those who forget history, it's doomed to repeat itself.
Oh, look at you! You're a poet, didn't even know it.
Negro
But it's the truth. It's the truth. But tell us what you guys feel about Disney trying to excise its demons of the past, and let us know. We're gonna move on to Kevin Feige not pleased by Avengers Endgame Leak. Now this also comes from Yahoo because I was lazy as hell and I got all my stuff from Yahoo, except for maybe one. Select scenes from Avengers Endgame leaked online earlier this month, bringing it with it articles across the internet spoiling some of the secrets of the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe blockbuster. I didn't hear of any of this. I didn't know of any of this.
No, neither did I.
Yeah. Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige weighed in on the leaks while speaking to Associated Press on the Avengers Endgame world premiere red carpet. Although the executive was discouraged by the leak, he championed Marvel fans for rallying together to ignore spoilers and not spreading them, which must be true because I didn't see any of this. I wasn't pleased. It's not cool. It's not fun, Feige said. But the response was what I expected, which was everybody turning it off, dismissing it, don't watch it, don't spoil it, and that's pretty much it. So I was going to ask you guys, did you guys see any of these spoilers? But I guess I got that answer.
Not. Actually, the internet's been pretty good, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I haven't seen anything either.
Very not themselves.
I mean, I haven't. I mean, I've seen the movie already, but
Jotaro.
Can you hear me?
Jotaro? I think he's I think we've lost Jotaro, ladies and gentlemen. Garbanzo, what were you saying? You see, this is why I think this match right here, because I want to make it very clear. Jotaro was late 2 episodes ago, and he didn't show up to the last episode. And I got hell from 2 audiences saying, "Where's Joe?" They call him JTS, even though I said the S is gone now. They said, "Where's Joe JTS?"
JTS sounds nice.
Yeah, JTS. But we're not using the S part of it. We're not even using the TS. You're just J. So where's JTS? And they were giving me a hard time. I think this is the reason why they like it. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Jotaro?
Well, anyway,
handsome being you.
Because of that rude interruption by this clown over here. I actually did not see any spoilers whatsoever before I saw the movie, but I do know that China, apparently, someone in China recorded the entire movie while in the theater and leaked it on the internet.
Who does that anymore, man?
People who are starved for attention. They need to be.
It's people who use like LimeWire and FrostWire to like upload stuff.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the good old days.
Was that Pirate Bay? Oh,
I don't. He leaked the entire movie, somehow, from what I heard.
He got executed, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that China had internet, so I'm surprised.
That's Korea.
It's Korea.
Yeah, China's got they got Weibo.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds. I like the way it sounds.
Whatever.
We're gonna move on to NBC finally taking steps to remove The Office from Netflix, and
Really?
I'm only bringing this up because this dovetails off of Disney Plus.
That's
so sad. I just tried to watch it again for the 10th
Yeah,
time.
I don't like this one. I don't agree with this at